Imagine this. You wake up one day and realize every hardship you've endured has become a shield, a justification for every failure, a reason to refuse growth. The world owes you, you tell yourself. But beneath that thought lurks a darker truth. You owe yourself more. Why do we cling to victimhood when it chains us? Why does pain, once a wound, become an identity? The deepest manipulation isn't external. It's the stories we whisper to ourselves, the ones that twist suffering into stagnation. What if the greatest prison isn't the pain you've endured, but the meaning you've attached to it? The allure of victimhood isn't weakness. It's a seductive power. Nietzsche warned of resentment, the poison of perpetual blame. Jung called it the shadow, the part of us that refuses responsibility. Preferring the sweet paralysis of martyrdom, modern psychology reveals even deeper hooks. Learned helplessness conditions us to believe effort is futile. Moral licensing lets us weaponize past suffering to excuse present inaction. And confirmation bias ensures we see only evidence that reinforces our oppression. But the most dangerous lie? That victimhood is safety. In truth, it's a slow surrender of agency, of future, of self. What happens when a society learns to trade dignity for sympathy? The mind adapts to its stories, and victimhood rewires the brain. Neural pathways strengthen with repetition. The more you declare yourself powerless, the more your cognition narrows into helplessness. Studies show chronic self-victimization mimics addiction. Each retelling of injustice releases cortisol and dopamine, a toxic cocktail of rage and relief. Culturally, this becomes a contagion. Social media algorithms feed on outrage, monetizing misery. Tribalism thrives when groups compete for most oppressed status, not solutions. Frankel's warning echoes. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. But what if you've forgotten how? The escape begins with a heretical thought. Your suffering does not define you. Viktor Frankl survived Auschwitz by realizing even in hell, one freedom remains, the power to choose your response. Sartre called this radical ownership the curse of the free, terrifying yet liberating. Start here, reframe the narrative. Instead of "this happened to me," ask "what did this reveal about me?" Reclaim agency. Small actions rebuild neural pathways. A decision, however minor, is rebellion. Transcend the tribe. Resist the dopamine hit of collective victimhood. History's greatest figures, from Mandela to Malala, didn't deny their pain. They refused to let it dictate their future. But the final truth is even more unsettling. Here is the silent epiphany that changes everything. Victimhood and power cannot coexist in the same psyche. You must choose. One will devour the other. This is the fork in the human soul. Remain in the wound, and the world will keep feeding you pity like scraps, until even your triumphs taste like apologies. Step into sovereignty, and every scar becomes a map, every injustice a lesson in discernment. The ancients knew this alchemy. What you do not transform, you transmit. Your unhealed pain becomes your child's inheritance, your culture's next war. So ask now, not, "Why was I hurt?" but "What will I build with the fire of that pain?" The answer writes your destiny.